don't know about you, but I'm trying to retire before the retirement age. But I'm not going to be able to do that if I keep spending money how I'm spending it. So in today's video, I'm going to be resetting my budget for the month of July. Let's get right into it. Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Nikki. If you are returning, welcome back. Now, if you saw my end of the month budget recap video on what I spend in a month, then you would know why your girl is resetting her budget for July and for the remaining of the year. I just think that I just need a financial reset. You know how I already do. When I feel like something is a little off, or I'm spending too much money, or I'm trying to reach a goal, or if I just need some accountability, I like to just give myself some discipline, and I like to go into like a 75 hard thing. Now this time around, I'm not going into a 75 hard personal finance challenge. I've already done that last year. So if you need a financial reset or a financial discipline challenge to, hold yourself accountable, I will link that video after this one. But I'm just basically wanting to really stay in control of my finances and not go over my budget for whatever amount that I allocate towards each one of my expenses. So I'm going to turn my phone around. I'm going to put my spreadsheet up on my computer so you can see exactly how I create my month-to-month budget and how I need to be more realistic when it comes to my numbers. Now, we all know that school is out. It's the month of July. School goes back in August. So, of course, I'm going to have to do back to school shopping. So I got to allocate for that. There's no birthdays in the month of July, so I shouldn't have any problems there. You know your girl can eat up a budget, but I'm working on that as well. But let's go ahead and get into my budget spreadsheet. Let me turn you around and let's get started. Okay, this is my budget spreadsheet. As you can see right here, it says July. All I have to do is come over here. It says January. All I have to do is come over here and put July as the month that we are budgeting in. And then I double click up in the title and just put July here as well, and then that gives me a sheet, for the current month that I'm actually working on. Now, for as retirement, let's start with the paycheck. So the paycheck, I am paid 3 times this month. Shout out to us workers that get that 3 paychecks in the month. We always look forward to that. So I'm going to go ahead and budget out my paycheck. I budget at the lowest amount that I've received, and that's $2,100 so far. So I'm going to budget each one of my paychecks at $2,100. Now, on the first of the month, I just go ahead and switch over $2,500 to my checking account, my personal checking account from my business account, because I use this money to invest with, and I use this money to actually pay myself. Now, when I get into retirement, $119.29 comes out for retirement every pay period. And if I times that by 3, that gives me $357.87. And the reason why I'm moving to savings first and not my home category is because I like to prioritize what's important to me. So for me, my savings is going to be prioritized first before I even pay any bills, and I make sure that matches up with my account. So once I'm paid with my check, money goes into these accounts. Some of it comes out before I actually get paid. So my retirement and my TSP, those comes out before I actually get paid, and then everything else I have to transfer, over there. My TSP, $216.90 comes out each pay period, and if I time that by 3, that gives me $650.70. Now, with my Roth IRA, I'm currently doing $500 a month for that, and that's going to come out of the $2,500 that I'm actually paying myself. I'm going to do $1,000 for investing, because that's going to come out of the $2,500 I'm paying myself as well, for the money that I made with content. If you looked at the video that I did where I'm sharing how much money I made, your girl did not make a whole lot of money last month. However, I don't necessarily spend all of my money in my business account. That's the reason why I can pay myself the $2,500 that I want to pay myself every single month to do these type of things that, to meet my financial goals. Because again, I am trying to retire before the retirement age. My savings is a high yield savings account, and I give myself $500 for that, and that also comes out of the $2,500. Now we're we are budgeting $3,008.57 when it comes to the savings. So I'm completely happy about it. That's a lot of money. Then I move over to my home category. Now we are back paying mortgage and utilities, because even though in the month of June I did not have to pay mortgage and utility because I paid it twice in May, but July we are back to the regular scheduled program, and I'm putting $17.50 in a separate checking account. My life insurance is $13. Now my short-term disability, I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna have to pay that 3 times depending on how it falls. It falls on a Monday. Actually, let me go get my other phone so I can kind of like have the dates match up. Okay, so I just looked in my phone and I see that I have to pay it on the 3rd, and there's 3 Mondays. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the $82.44 times 3, and that's going to give me $247.32 for short-term disability. $247.32. And with my phone bill, I'm budgeting $155. So for my home category, I am budgeting $2,165.32. Next up are expenses. Now, food and groceries have been a struggle. I did just go to the grocery store. I did a whole lot of grocery shopping, and I've been budgeting $500. I think I'm gonna drop this down this month, and I'm gonna try to do $400. I'm gonna try to go to the grocery store no more than twice a month, and I'm gonna do probably 200 and 200. So I'm gonna say $400 for the food and groceries. Now, when it comes to the transportation, last month I didn't go over my budget with transportation. It has been costing me about $40 to actually fill up. So, and then plus I don't have to do all of the ripping and running anymore from, you know, going to the practices, picking my son up from aftercare. Now I just go home and work, and that's about it. So I don't have to fill up as many times as I did before. So I'm gonna try to do $60 a week. So 60 times, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna fill up on Sunday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sunday, that's $300. I'm gonna say $300 for transportation. Hopefully I can stick with that. Subscriptions, $1.99. The chiropractor, $212.50. And this is where I try to figure out where the remaining portion is gonna go. Now, usually with my $500 that I have remaining from my, you know, the money that I pay myself from the content stuff or my business, I give myself $500. So even if I put $500 here, where would that leave me with the amount of money that I have left? So it says that I will still have $22,1162 left, and I still will have to pay the mortgage again for August. So if I put just $17.50 in there, because I won't get paid again until the middle of August, so I definitely would need to pay it again. So 2 times in July, 1 for the month of July and 1 for the month of August. It says that I am left with $461.62. Now I know that I have to do back to school, so I'm going to take some of this $500 and I'm going to basically give this to my son, and then I will give myself the $461.62 because that was going to be my budget for him anyway. So I'm going to do $461 for me, $461.62, and then $500 for him. Now, if anything was to happen, if something comes up, I go over somewhere, like I don't have anything that I'm actually scheduled to do for the month of July for as fun wise. So hopefully it won't cost me $461.62 to spend in July, but who knows? Money can go real quick when you're not accounting for it. So I'm gonna stay accountable to it. This gives us a zero-based budget. As you can see, every single dollar has been accounted for. We have put money aside for retirement, our thrift savings plans, Roth IRA, investing in savings, and hopefully this over here will help me be able to retire early. We also took care of our needs, which is the mortgage, the life insurance, the short-term disability, the phone bill, and let me take off cable. Let me just put mortgage and utilities. Put August. Mortgage. Put that there. And then over here, we doing expenses. We got food and groceries, transportation, subscriptions, the chiropractor, fun spending, and that can be out to eat, that can be buying clothing, shoes, that type of thing, because I am a girl who likes sneakers and, you know, clothing and stuff like that. I have to be realistic with myself. Like I love spending money. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I love spending money, but I want to be on a budget when I do it. I don't want to say I'm giving myself $400 and I'm spending $1,000. No, we're not doing that, because if I do that, then this over here is not gonna reflect on what my financial goals are. And my financial goal, my big goal, is to be able to retire before the retirement age. And then we're gonna do $500 for back to school. But this is how I'm resetting my budget for the month of July. And if you are interested in resetting your budget for the month of July as well, and all of the other months going into the end of the year, I will drop my budget spreadsheet down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.